Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. This one's not gonna be so much about sports. This is a video I've been thinking about making for the past couple days, and it's more so about me and about the channel, because the past month on the channel has been absolutely ridiculous. In the last 28 days, the channel has gained 132 subscribers. In the past 6 months, we have gained, I believe, about 647 subscribers. The channel just feels like it's getting bigger and bigger every day. You know, even with like the things that I upload that I don't think are gonna do well end up doing well. You know, a year ago now, if you'd have told me we'd be at almost 2,000 subscribers, I would have said you were full of shit. This is something that has gone a lot better than I initially expected it to. You know, a lot of people don't know this. Some of you guys are new subscribers. Some of you guys are older subscribers. There's at least one guy who's subscribed to the channel that has been watching me for like 15 years, not only with just this channel, but with channels I've had in the past. Someone managed to find me, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I have to say, like, the past month has been kind of surreal. And the reason I say that is because ever since the end of the NBA Finals, my channel has gone kind of fucking bonkers. Obviously, it's not like, you know, it's not a big channel by any means. I'm not one of the bigger YouTubers on the platform. Granted, I don't put as much effort into my videos as a lot of other people do, and that's on purpose. You know, I watch and I actually talk to a lot of other content creators, and you know, what I try to bring to this channel is just my personal opinion, and while people don't always agree with them, and I don't expect them to, it's been a lot of fun. This past month we hit record highs on the channel. You know, I've got 24,000 views in the last 28 days. We've exceeded, you know, 2.5 thousand watch hours. Like, just in time, it's up. I made the most amount of money in 1 month on YouTube ever since I've been on it, really, this past month. It's not a lot, but I don't think I mention enough how much I truly appreciate, like, what you guys do for me and what you are doing for me. You know, I have a good job. You know, I live in New York. I make about, well, I make $54,000 a year, but I just got, this week, actually, I should be getting a promotion to go up to $65,000 a year. And it's crazy to me because it just seems like everything's going right at the moment, and I don't want to jinx it, but, you know, my personal life, as far as just things that are happening, it feels like things are getting easier. You know, I'm 29 years old. My parents practically live with me at this point. My mom's approaching 62. So is my mom's boyfriend. He's approaching 62. And I'm at a point now where, like, yeah, I still live with them, but I pay most of the fucking bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay the TV bill. Whenever something breaks an appliance, I fucking replace it. You know, pretty much every bill in the house at this point, I pay for it. Like, the house, we just paid off the fucking house. I'm getting a promotion at my job. YouTube is going great. You know, this girl I've been, like, on and off talking to for 3 years. I'm dating her now at this point, essentially. We've dated before, but it just, you know, I have, when it comes to women, I have like these, I have baseline standards, I guess you could say, for where I live, and most women in my area can't meet it. Have a job, have a car, no kids, you know, like, it just to find somebody like that feels like it's like a diamond in the rough type thing where I live, because average median household income where I live is only $23,000. So the idea that, you know, if like I'm getting a promotion at my job and YouTube's going so well, it feels like everything's going right at the moment, you know, and I don't thank you guys enough for what you do, you know, especially for me. I know I get maybe $100 a month from this, but there's been times, man, where that $100 has come up clutch in at least twice already. You know, I know it sounds stupid, but, you know, I have a lot of bills to pay, man. Like, even medical bills. I have medical problems, right? And there's been times where, like, that $100 I make from YouTube has maybe put gas in my car or allowed me to buy lunch a certain day or something like that. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but, like, I truly appreciate it. You know, I started a Discord this year. I didn't expect anybody to join it, really. You know, it was just something that, like, I did because, you know, people were asking about it. And in less than 6 months, really, we've got 45 members in the Discord, and it's made watching games more fun. It's made just talking about the Pacers and talking about NBA free agency and trades and all this other stuff. It's made it a lot more fun. You know, like, it's funny, I never used Discord really at all before I started this YouTube channel, and now I use it every single day. You know, I'm always talking to somebody in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to interact with me personally, the best way to do that is in Discord. There's a link in the video description for it. But, you know, we've went up to, like, the idea that we gained 600 subscribers in less than, like, 6 months is just, it's amazing to me. You know, like, just 6 months ago, I was thanking you guys for 1,200 subscribers because I was like, yo, this is the second biggest channel I've ever had, and now we're approaching 2,000, and it feels just, I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels surreal. You know, like, it's crazy to me that, like, people actually watch my videos and enjoy them, because I don't put a lot of effort into them. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Like, I do not put a lot of effort into my videos. I see something happen, then I turn on my computer, I talk about it, and I upload it. That's all I do. I don't look to go above and beyond, because I try to give my real authentic take. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason I curse in my videos. My channel's actually age restricted, if you didn't know that. You know, if my channel wasn't age restricted, I'm sure it would be much bigger. But at the same time, I'm doing that on purpose to try to avoid children. Even though there are people under the age of 18 that are subscribed to my channel, and there's some of them are even in my Discord. It's just the idea, like, for something that I thought would never take off, or something that I just didn't think would gain any traction, is slowly gaining traction. And even with my channels in the past, like, I once had a channel with like 3,500 subscribers, and that was for gaming, right? But the thing is, I'm doing sports now, and even though my subscriber count is lower, the reoccurring, like, interactions and the average watch time and, you know, the video views and all this other stuff, like, it's easily the most productive channel I've ever owned. And, you know, for me, I've been doing YouTube for 15 years, on and off. It's got to be at least 15. And I could just never find anything that stuck. You know, I couldn't find anything that I thought I was excelling in. I couldn't do, like, every channel I've ever created, I would just give up on it because it felt fucking hopeless. And it's nice that, like, after all these years of trying to get it right, it feels like I've finally got it right. You know, and what's crazy is, along the way, like, I've had other people talk to me about what I should do on the channel and what I should do with this and what I should do with that. And while I do take everybody's opinion, like, you know, I listen to it. The thing is, had I listened to some of the people, even in my family, you know, like, I've got family members that watch my channel, and even if I had listened to some of them about things that I should do on this channel, I don't think it would have been as productive. Now, there are certain things that I have implemented. I will say that. There are certain things with my channel that I have actually implemented from other people. Like, my cousin knows that, like, you know, my Pacers videos do the best, so he was like, I should just become, like, a Pacers YouTuber. And I've kind of done that, but the thing is, like, I watch the entire NBA. I don't just watch the Pacers, even though the Pacers are easily the team I know the most about. You know, I like to talk about other things. And I also feel like there's a kind of a niche area of YouTube that I cover that not a lot of other people do. Every time I watch like a sports video or something like that, it's all like highly cinematic, highly edited. Yes, these people are giving their opinions, but it's like they're trying very, very hard to be professional. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being professional. It's a great thing. I should be professional, but I choose not to. And the reason I choose not to is because there's not a lot of people on YouTube doing it. There's just not. There's not a lot of people on YouTube, like, cursing and, just giving you their raw thoughts immediately. I feel like even though EDP 445 is not exactly the lane you want to follow as far as a human being goes, but like I look at people like Pat McAfee and I look at people like even EDP, right? Like, those guys got big. Not only because of cursing, but like just because they were unique. Like EDP, I would get it. EDP said shit that I will probably never say on my channel. But Pat McAfee was a guy that like really inspired me to go to this because I was like, yo, he's getting multi-million-dollar deals with FanDuel and all this other stuff. And I was like, if he could do that, I could do that because that's what I wanted to do. And I just never did it because YouTube used to have these really, really strict guidelines against cursing. And I was like, because like when most people talk about sports, I'm from New York, everybody curses, okay? And when you talk to New Yorkers about sports, everybody curses. You know what I'm saying? And like, I understand everyone saying like, oh, well, if you didn't curse, you'd be more family friendly, you'd gain more subscribers. And you're right. You're absolutely right. If I stopped cursing and decided I was just going to do clean videos, right, I probably would gain more subscribers. Even if I went the route of adding video footage into my videos and stuff like that, I would probably gain more subscribers. But the problem is then I just become like everybody else. Like I become like your Alex Hoops of the world, your Rusty Buckets of the world, your Flight Mics of the world. Like that's the reason I do what I do, is because I don't want to be like them. Because I feel like the more you try to cater your image to be something else or be something that you're not, is something you have to try to keep up for the remainder of whatever it is you're doing. You have to keep that up for the duration of it. And not for nothing, but like I don't make enough money off of these videos to justify spending 4 or 5 hours editing a video, putting all these overlays on. I can do it. I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen my second channel with Call of Duty and shit, I can edit a fucking video. It's not that hard. I have Sony Vegas on my computer, right? Photoshop. I can do that shit. But the thing is, like, I feel like if I take that route, right, and follow what they do, I just become another part of somebody doing what literally everyone else is doing. There's even channels that are around my size that do the same shit as guys like Alex Hoops and Rusty Buckets and Flight Mike and all these other guys. And you know what? Yes, they're gaining traction, but the problem is you become redundant. You know what I'm saying? You become somebody that is easily replaceable. That's why I don't do it, because it's like, at least you're watching me talk about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not listening to me in the background with background noise talk about fucking trades and all this other stuff. And that's why I do it. I just think, like, I really also don't think in order to get big on YouTube to make money at it or anything that you need to do those things. I mean, if you look up a Funky Diabetic, right? He's a guy that literally just puts screenshots on his screen and then talks about shit, and he's got over 200,000. So I've noticed, like, in the sports realm, most people don't seem to care much about how much you do cinematically or stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice, but a lot of people care more about your opinion than they do about whatever fucking editing you're doing. Yeah, I have a mic, I'm planning to upgrade the webcam at some point to something more like, there's a 2K webcam I've been looking at maybe buying, like just to make an upgrade like that. A lot of people bitch about my bed not being made and all this other stuff, which that's something that's going to change down the road. It's just I can't do that right now. I have a spare room. It's filled with like just a whole bunch of shit. It's like a storage room. So like, yes, there are things that I can improve on this channel, and they will improve over time. But the thing is, right now, it's like I simply just don't have the accommodations to actually do that, you know, and it'll come at some point, but it's just the idea. I've been just kind of blown away with how well things have been going, just recently, you know. There has been, you know, some bad things that have happened in my life. You know, I had a coworker pass away unexpectedly like 2 weeks ago. But it's just the idea, man. Like, I never expected this channel to get to where it is. And, you know, I try to upload a video like every other day. Some days I don't get to it if I got other stuff going on. But just like this YouTube channel is like at a point where it means a lot to me. You know, I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy going back and forth with people. I think that's the most fun part, I think, of YouTube. Like, not even making the videos, it's the comments. Like, I think the comments are fucking great because you get people who understand what you're saying, but you also get people, it's like they obviously didn't watch the whole video, or if they did, they only picked out like certain parts that they wanted to hear, not what I actually said. And it's fun to go back and forth with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, at some point, I think this is gonna be my job. I'm hoping it's my job one day, because I'm looking for financial freedom. I don't feel like working for New York State for the next 30 years to finally enjoy my life when I'm fucking 60. Okay? But it's just the idea right now, like, I'm doing well, and I'm very appreciative of it. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's the only reason this video really exists, is like, you know, we're almost at 2,000 subscribers. I've been trying my ass off to get like former Pacers legends to do a video, but like none of them ever get back to me. Roy Hibbert was a guy that I emailed, and he never got back to me, but it seems like he just fell off the face of the fucking earth. Like, even his YouTube channel, he's not super active on it. Rick Smits actually lives not very far from me, like 45 minutes. I could actually do an in-person interview with him if he would ever return my Facebook message, because he's a local, believe it or not, around here. He shows up a lot up in Roscoe, New York, at the diner and stuff like that. So I've been trying to get this guy to do an interview, but I gotta wait for him to get back to me. So if I can do that, I will. But like, that's a direction I would also like to take the channel in that I've never told you guys about, is, you know, as the channel gets bigger, I would really like to try to like interview people and like get former players on the channel and stuff like that. Like, I have like ideas for this, but it's just the idea, it's a long ways away, I think, at this point. You know, I only have 1,800 subscribers. I'm almost at 1,900 though. I mean, we just hit 1,800. It feels like, you know, a week or so ago, and we're almost at 1,900 already. So things are going well, and I just wanted to thank you, because even though, like I said, the money may not seem like a lot, but, you know, that $100 has saved my ass twice already. So I just want to say, like, I'm appreciative of that. You know, I feel like a lot of content creators take this for granted. And I feel like there's a lot of people who do like shady shit. You know, like, I don't just follow sports. You know, I follow the gaming side of YouTube a lot. I think the thing that's going on with Dr. Disrespect is fucking insane. Like, to me, it's just insane that all these people are like fucking pedophiles, it seems. But, you know, it's sad, because like, I liked Dr. Disrespect a lot. He was one of the few streamers I watched all the time, and to like, to find out that, like, you know, he finally, why he got banned from Twitch is because he was, you know, fucking messaging minors with the whisper feature and shit. It's this internet shit is the most wild thing in the world. And, you know, I hope things continue going the way they are for this channel, because I got some big ideas down the road. It just right now is not the time to actually do them. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all the members in the Discord. I want to thank everybody who likes the videos and shares them and comments on them, even if they're hateful, even if there's people who just dislike all my fucking videos every other day because they got nothing better to do. I appreciate you too, because you help put the video in the algorithm. You know, there's even certain videos that just blow up that I don't expect to blow up. You know, the Malika Andrews videos will probably come down at some point in my career, just because of how absolutely fucking crazy vulgar they are. But the videos like that, like those are my best performing videos, you know, like those are my 2 highest viewed videos on my channel, and they all got over 35,000 views. I think both of them got over 30,000, both videos. But you know, sometimes, you know, you just got to do what you got to do if you want to get to the top. And that's another thing, man. Like my family isn't exactly the richest. I mean, yeah, we live on 16.4 acres, but you know, my grandfather grew up in the Great Depression, and he came here and got, you know, like 82 acres for fucking nothing. And, you know, he fought in World War II. He had really, really bad PTSD, but he tried to provide the best he could for his family. My grandfather was easily my best friend as a child. And as an adult, you know, I look at what my mom's doing. I look at what my dad's doing. My uncle is 73. You know, I help him out more than anybody, it seems, because I live right down the road from him. But, you know, I kind of made it back in high school. I made it my priority to try to become successful, to try to, in a way, maybe not create generational wealth, but just do a whole hell of a lot better than my parents did. And I think I'm doing that. I think I'm there. You know, it's crazy. I was talking to my dad yesterday about this promotion that I'm most likely getting at my job. Me and one other person applied for it, and the person that applied for it, that aside from me, is a person I trained. So it just, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and he says, you know, you make at 29 years old what I was making at 59. And I was like, well, you know, it was kind of surreal, because my dad doesn't like to talk to me about money in any aspect. And, you know, the idea that my dad is like finally, you know, giving me some props for the shit that I do. You know, my dad worked for the fucking bridge crew for the state of New York for 30 years. Okay. And my dad is a manual labor type of guy. He doesn't believe in any of this shit. Actually, it wasn't until like 4 or 5 years ago, like during COVID, that my dad finally started using YouTube and getting a laptop and watching people on YouTube and understanding the online space. And, you know, when I was back in high school, like, it's pretty funny because I told my dad I wanted to be a YouTuber in high school, and he was like, well, you're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a real job to him. But now he's like watching people on YouTube who, you know, restore tractors and construction equipment and detail cars and build things. And he's like, yeah, this guy makes over, you know, $1 million a year off fucking YouTube. I'm like, well, gee, Dad, if you'd have let me follow my fucking dreams when I was in high school, I'd probably be there too. But, you know, I guess it's better late than never. But, you know, this whole YouTube thing is like, I'm at a point now where I'm like, I look at it and I think to myself, yeah, this is gonna work out. Like, at some point, this is gonna work out. And for me, that's very, very reassuring, because for a long time, man, I almost gave up on this channel too. Because I just felt like it was going nowhere. And this is something I would do even if I wasn't getting paid for it. Like, I love voicing my opinion on basketball. It's fun. I've been following the sport since I was 4 years old. You know, I grew up watching Allen Iverson. So it's just like, you know, it's just nice. It's just nice to feel that, you know, people value my opinion on these things. You know, like, whenever something happens with the Pacers, man, if I'm not on it, like, you guys are on my ass about it. It's like James Wiseman. Like, I remember we signed James Wiseman, bro. And I was at a funeral. I had a pool match. I had people direct messaging me on Discord like, bro, why haven't you made a James Wiseman video yet? And in the past week, that's the most viewed video I have on my channel. So I do understand, like, I'm mostly a Pacers YouTuber. They are my favorite team, but I do like to talk about other moves around the NBA. Obviously, the Chicago Bulls and the Atlanta Hawks are in my doghouse. That's pretty obvious. But I just want to say, like, I love you guys for what you have done for me, even though it seems very little. There have been times where, like, that YouTube check has saved my ass, and I want to say thank you for that. I'm excited for the future of the channel. I hope you guys are as well. You know, when things finally start picking up, and, you know, obviously this is still probably 2, 3, 4, 5 years away, but as time goes on, things are going to improve on this channel. I've got a road, like, not a roadmap, but a plan for the channel, so to say. Obviously I'd like to do interviews with NBA players. Another thing is I've thought about potentially bringing on another person at some point. There's a guy I work with, Yancey, who's the guy I trained who's applying for the position that I'm applying for, but he's very knowledgeable in the sport as well. And he's older than me, actually. He's, I think, 36 or 37. I'm 29. But I trained him at my job, and he's a Knicks fan. So that would, even that on top of it would be a lot of fun because I'm a Pacers fan. But he knows his shit when it comes to basketball, and like even when I talk to him, it's like, I understand like that he understands the sport. And there's a lot of people you will meet who have delusions of grandeur about either their favorite team or the sport or a certain player. He's not like that. He's very much like me, where he there's not a lot of bias there towards their own teams. I try to be as realistic as possible, and I know that he does as well. Because I worked with a guy who, it was a security guard. This dude was a flaming fucking Knicks fan, and anything I'd tell him, man, he was just like, no, he's good. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, they're gonna fucking trade him, or one guy's not coming back. You're gonna be a second apron tax team, and didn't believe me, man. Just didn't believe me. And then once he found out I had a YouTube channel, suddenly he wanted to be the number 2. I've had that happen a lot, where people find out I'm a YouTuber, like people who know me, and they'll be like, oh, let me be on your channel. Let me do this. I'm like, dude, this is not like, I understand it, like I do. I get that people want like to be on it because they want to get in front of I guess 1,800 people's a lot. I don't know. To me, it doesn't. To me, it's just a number on the fucking channel. But there's a lot of people out there. It's like once they find out that you have even just a little bit of like YouTube clout or social media clout, suddenly it's like they want to come on and like promote their fucking shitty rap music or some shit like that. I've had that happen time and time again, where like somebody in my town will stumble upon my channel and like, hey man, can I come on your channel and you could like play some of my music for your intro and all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, like just stay in your own fucking lane. That's one thing I will never do on this channel, and I've been saying it for a long time, is I will never subject you guys to something that I do not want to be subjected to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the reason I curse too. I know that this is a bad financial move, but everybody talks about sponsors. That's the one thing that everybody talks about on my channel, and me cursing and all this other stuff is everybody worries about cursing and sponsorship money and all this other stuff. Listen, man, if I'm not worried about the sponsorship money, you shouldn't either. Okay? Like, yes, it's cool, but I'm not going to, promote a product to you that I do not use myself, or a product that I don't think any of you would fucking buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at that point, you're just wasting someone's money. Yeah, okay, you want to pay me to promote a product? Cool. I've had a couple people actually hit me up about that already. There was a couple brands that like were like, hey, we like your content. We would like to, do a partnership with you. And I'm like, sorry, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not going, my channel is too small to be advertising shit to people because I want to line my pockets. You know what I'm saying? I would like to get the channel to a certain point before I even consider doing shit like that. I don't think I ever will. I don't think accepting $2,000 now to promote a product to people who don't give a fuck is beneficial at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Or at this point in my channel's life. I just think those things, because that feels like you're starting to sell out. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of YouTubers that I watch that I used to like a lot that I don't even watch anymore, because it seems like every fucking 2 to 5 minutes they're including a fucking ad for some product that I guarantee they don't really use. So I don't want to become that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to become the YouTuber where it's like every 2 to 5 minutes in the video I'm promoting another product to you because somebody paid me to do it. So all I know is the channel's growing, and I just wanted to say thank you, because it's been the past, ever since the NBA Finals ended, it has been a wild ride. Like, I've never seen, like, money-wise, view-wise, watch hour-wise, I've never seen so many people, like, just coming to my channel off of these things. So I want to thank you. I'm excited for the future. I hope you guys are as well. On the Fast Break Report, And I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.